Well, I found it. Mummy Springs. And there you can see it's the first Saturday in August. Everything is dry except the little spring flowing over that rocky outcrop. And in the fall and winter, that becomes, that darkened area, which is water right now, becomes a cascading ice fall. So it's pretty beautiful. So Mummy Springs on this side of the east side of Mummy Mountain. On the west side, there's a spring called Cave Springs, and you can see that on the Mummy Mountain page. So how did we get here? We took a right at Rain Tree and we took this trail and we reached this point. You can take this little trail up to Mummy Springs and then skirt the lower side of that cliff, or maybe the upper side, I'm not sure. But I tell you, it's a little brutal. The better way is to continue on here, and then there will be a series of switchbacks. The trail will rise above that cliff and continue up. This, by the way, is one of those washes we were looking at a moment ago. We're going to continue on the right side of this wash until we hit and switchbacking on a very light trail, faint trail. We're going to switch back until we get to a point where we have a bit of a rock climb. We're going to take that rock climb and then take a right to skirt the base of Mummy Mountain. That's up there. That's going to be up there somewhere at the top of this wash, where we're going to take a right and head up toward the west side of Mummy Mountain and traverse that west side. See if we can hit those washes we were looking at a moment ago. So we're going to continue on now and continue on this faint little trail and hit a series of switchbacks and on up to the top of this cliff and beyond. Okay, signing off. We're now above Mummy Springs. There's the wash up this hillside and continues straight up in that direction. So we're going to, to get here, we continued straight along the bottom of Mummy Springs, crossed this wash rather than attempting to come up through all these rocks. And the trail turned into, after a little trail disappearing act at the bottom of Mummy Wash, just crossing Mummy Wash, it appeared again, and it became a fairly nice trail. And here's an example right here. There were a series of rather steep but gradual switchbacks that got me to this point. Now we're going to continue on. We're going to cross Mummy Springs Wash. We're going to continue on up the switchbacks, get a lot steeper and harder to find, but you can see it if you try to pick out the trail. There is a faint trail. It's going to lead you up to an area where there's a series of rocks that you need to ascend over. Not too bad, nothing more than what you're looking at right here. And once you ascend those rocks, then you will take a left, oh no, a right. Take a right and cross this wash once again and skirt the lower edge of the east side of Mummy Mountain, and you can see that big cliff there ahead of us. We want to find a way up above that's going to skirt around that cliff on the upper left side. And so anyway, we'll show you what we're doing. It looks almost like there is a faint trail down here. I don't dare take it though, because we might end up at a cliff, or it could be very easy, who knows. But we could end up at a cliff and bring us to a stop. So I'm going to go a way I've gone before and see if we can skirt around the upper edge of this cliff system and continue along to traverse the east side of Mummy Mountain and the series of washes till we find the right wash that's going to lead us up to the top that I showed you a moment ago. Okay, so that's where we are, and here's a look at where we're headed. So onward we go.